What is going on, Ada Nation? Welcome to the Dapp Central YouTube channel. Good morning or good evening, depending on where you're watching this from. My name is Fareed. I'm your host here, breaking down all of the latest news and updates going on in the Cardano network. The very first topic I want to jump into are going to be some pieces of news surrounding Cardano price in year-to-date performance with regards to staking. Second, we're going to touch on a brief update surrounding the Cardano Summit and some of the speakers that officially been announced. After that particular topic, I want to jump into some news surrounding Indigo and their V2 version of their protocol, which has officially been released after a minor delay, which was noted last week. Following that, we're going to touch on ADAMail. And if you guys missed my fully dedicated video breaking down this brand new mail or communication feature coming to Cardano, then I recommend you guys go ahead and check that out. As a part of the following update, we're going to jump into some news surrounding a brand new crypto portfolio tracking platform, which was released by CNFT Tools. After that, we've got a brief update surrounding the Eternl wallet and a brand new version which has been released for optimization of the syncing speed as well as to increase their database performance. Last but not least, we're going to touch on Revolut, which has officially announced that they are shutting down or stopping the processing of crypto transactions for US customers on their platform. So we've got quite a bit here to cover for today's video. And as always, if it's your first time stopping by the channel, my goal here is to provide you in the community with the latest news, tutorials, and updates surrounding the top projects. I'm also a single stake pool operator operating the Dapp Central Stake Pool. If you'd like to support me on my mission to educate the broader Cardano community, then consider delegating with the stake pool. As always, I thank you all for your support, not only on the channel, but with respect to the stake pool as well. Jumping into the first topic for today's video, we're going to review the ADA price and Cardano TVL year-to-date performance. So at the very top there, we've got the Cardano TVL, and I believe this is in relation to US dollars. So right now we've had growth of over 365%, and the TVL sits right at above 150 or about $160 million US. Now, an interesting thing to note here is that we have officially crossed over the 600 million ADA mark when it comes to TVL with the actual ADA or the native Cardano token. So a pretty big update there and a new milestone and an all-time high when you're looking at the ADA staked on the network. Right below that, we've got the total amount of ADA stake, which I just mentioned, has crossed over 600 million ADA. And then at the very bottom there, we've got the ADA price year to date, which is up about 21%. Now, the price has been fluctuating heavily, especially after the recent rally that we saw with XRP. We've kind of seen a retracement ever since then, but we're here for the long term. And I personally believe that we're going to see not only the previous all-time high, but new all-time highs moving in the near future. So touching on that very first update, again, keeping that relatively quick and brief, but I wanted to touch on some of those key metrics that we have on Cardano. The next piece I want to jump into is going to be an update surrounding the Cardano Summit. Now, the Cardano Summit will be taking place between November 2nd and November 4th of 2023, and this will be taking place in Dubai. Last year, it took place in Lausanne, Switzerland. They're also going to be available for anybody who wants to assist or participate, I should say, in different host cities. I think they've already released a list of the host cities, so I'll double check that, but the key piece that I wanted to mention here was that we now have the official list of the speakers. So if I jump over to the official website, which is available at summit.cardano.org, we can see that we have Frederick Regard, who's going to be the CEO of the Cardano Foundation speaking. We've also got the top dog here, which is going to be Charles Hoskinson. And I think he's also going to be, and both of them actually, I think will also be attending the Rare Evo conference taking place in Denver, Colorado between the 24th and the 26th of the month of August. So both of those gentlemen should be there in attendance. If we take a look down here, we've also got Ken Kadoma, who's going to be the founder and CEO of Emergo. Let's see who else here is a pretty well-known figure. We've got Navjeet there from the Igon protocol. And we're also going to have some different CEOs from some of these platforms as well. So we got Shahaf, Bar Jeffen, the CEO from Cody. We've got Patrick Tobler from Endmaker. We've got Marvin Burton from the Genius team. We've also even got Hosky. Now, Hosky did participate in some of the events last year, Andrew Westberg, and just a few others here again, just really contributing to the Cardano network. So I wanted to briefly touch on that there. Again, make sure to check this out on your own if you guys want to get the full list of not only the members attending, but some of the sponsors as a part of the Cardano Summit. That's going to take me there through the first set of updates here for today's Cardano Scoop, breaking down some Cardano specific updates. The next one I want to jump into is going to be surrounding the Indigo protocol. Now, about a week or so ago, we did get a release within their June and July monthly update that we could expect the second version of the web app to launch on August 1st. Unfortunately, there was a minor hiccup and a minor delay with some of the wallets supported on the platform. However, earlier this week, we have the official release of the Indigo V2 version of their web app. So if you guys want to take a look here, we'll quickly jump in. But it's available at app.indigoprotocol.io. From here on the left-hand side there, we've got some of our main menus, which include our dashboard. And this will basically give us an overview of all of the market cap, TVL, system collateral ratio, total Indy staked, and their circulating supply. We've also got some pretty interesting stats there at the bottom surrounding their 3 supported I assets, which include IUSD, IETH, and IBTC. We've got a menu here for our collateralized debt positions. So this basically lets you take a look at how healthy the protocol is in a quick glance. One thing that I really appreciate about the Indigo team is their attention to detail and their branding. As you guys can probably tell here, they spent a lot of time rolling this particular version out. So I'm excited for this here, and I'll be playing around with it over the course of the next few days and giving my ideas and my personal take as to how the experience has been using the V2 version of the Indigo protocol. Right below that, we've got the 3 stability pools, which basically offer an insurance-like ability when it comes to closing out loans that might be underwater or that are getting liquidated. We've also got the ability to swap tokens here using their in-house DEX aggregator, which is pretty huge here. Right now, it looks like it supports SundaeSwap, ViFinance, and MusiSwap. And then we have the ability to unstake liquidity pool tokens directly from the actual Indigo platform. And then we can also view our portfolio and rewards if your wallet is connected. Right below that, we've got the ability to view our Indy staking as a part of their DAO, which basically allows for you to vote on some of their on-chain governance proposals. And then right below that, we can actually see which current proposals are available for the community to vote on. We've also got a forum there, which will actually take us away from the actual application. And then if I jump back in there, we have some documentation supporting the actual platform and some of their Discord tickets. So again, relatively quick and short update, but I did want to touch on that there. I do think that it is great to see that they have upgraded to V2, given the fact that they've been on the mainnet for almost a year now. They launched initially with, I believe, just a single I asset, which was IUSD, and that was done back in November of 2022. Now, the next piece I want to jump into is going to be surrounding the Indy protocol fee sharing. And we can see that since the actual launch of the platform, all the way up until epoch number 412, that there's been more than 800,000 ADA generated and distributed as a part of their protocol or their fee sharing mechanism. Now, when it comes to Indy, we've seen more than 79,000 Indy coming in and being redistributed from their governance staking. So again, providing a lot of different opportunities to earn on the Indigo protocol, whether you're doing that through their redistribution mechanisms by providing liquidity or by even, opening up a collateralized debt position and then using that within the DeFi network, you're able to do that as you wish. So go ahead and check out Indigo if you guys have not already. I think they're one of the stronger platforms here, again, giving people in Cardano exposure to assets that may not be native to the network. The next update I want to jump into surrounding Indigo is going to be the fact that they did recently release their June and July Indigo newsletter, breaking down some of their Oracle progress, the release of their highly anticipated web app V2, and then some additional topics surrounding the actual growth of the actual platform. Now, this is quite a lengthy article. I'm not going to break it down in today's video, but again, it really talks about, some of their open source tooling, which include Dexter, their transitioning of their LP staking tokens. And then we also get some updates here surrounding interviews and some of their rewards restructuring. So pretty thorough and a pretty helpful piece of news there when it comes to that article. Again, check that out if you guys are related to the Indigo protocol, or if you guys are just interested in finding out more about what Indigo is bringing to Cardano. That's going to take me through that particular update. The next thing I want to jump into is going to be surrounding ADAMail. And I did release a fully dedicated video late yesterday breaking down exactly what this platform is bringing to Cardano. But have you ever imagined, a world where you could potentially integrate your Cardano wallet using your stake key to receive and send emails, as well as create and execute transactions? Well, with ADAMail, that is all going to be coming to the network. Again, this is going to be in collaboration with IMX, which is an identity platform building on Cardano, as well as NMaker, which is a platform allowing users in the network to create and manage their own NFT collections. If I jump over into the next tab here, we have some different passes which will be available to anybody looking to take advantage of a platform like ADAMail. And again, this is going to function by using your unique Cardano wallet stake key with an actual email address. Now, it states here that the base pass will get you access to a unique email, as well as 500 megabytes of storage and access to ADAMail for a single year. If we move over to the next pass, which is going to be the gold pass, again, that'll get you access to a unique email, as well as an alias and an additional 500 megabytes of storage. And again, 1 year of the ADAMail service. Jumping into the next and the final tab here, we have another pass. However, this doesn't actually have a name just yet. Again, it gets you access to the generic email and the alias. Now, there's something there with a question mark that we're not familiar with. I would like to think that this might be handle integration or ADA handle integration, given the fact that they have just released their personalization and integration into the Lace wallet, as well as the Eternl wallet. Right below that, we get a little bit more information, a little bit more data with 750 megabytes. And then again, we get access to ADAMail for a single year. If you guys want to find out more about ADAMail, again, I have that fully dedicated video, but there's also an article here released from the official NMaker team breaking down some of the benefits, utilities, and their future plans. That's going to wrap it up for that particular update. I do want to ask you guys, if you guys are enjoying this video so far, if you could tap that like button, it really does help me out here on the channel. If it's your first time stopping by, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions for me surrounding anything that we're touching on as a part of today's video, then make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below. Now, the next update I want to jump into is going to be surrounding a platform called CryptoTrack. If you guys are familiar with the Cardano space, there's a huge need, and there's been one that's actually being filled by Tap Tools when it comes to analytics platforms for not only viewing price action, but for also managing and viewing your NFTs and your own portfolio. Now, they're going to be giving the Tap Tools platform a run for their money, and this is going to be CryptoTrack, developed by CNFT Tools. CNFT Tools, if I'm not mistaken, already runs an analytics platform for NFTs, which basically allows for you to see some of the properties, pricing, sale, and some of the actual traits associated with these NFTs. So I think they're kind of expanding from just touching on NFTs and moving into just the broader Cardano native token space. So it says here, you'll now be able to view a live trade platform or live trade view, and you also get access to portfolio tracking. Now, their official website is available at cryptotrack.io. If I jump into the next tab here, we got some screenshots of what we can expect to come from this platform. So on the left-hand side there, we've got the volume trend. Right in the middle, we have a price trend. And then at the right-hand side, we have a buying trend. So really showing, the community sentiment towards a particular asset, whether they believe that they're bullish or whether they are bearish. In terms of the price trend, pretty standard information there. And then the volume trend basically breaking down within the last couple of hours, whether or not there's been more buy pressure or sell pressure for that particular asset. Jumping into the next tab here, we can see some of the actual assets within a user's particular portfolio. So we can see number one, their ADA holdings, number two, their total token values, and then number three, their NFT value. Right below that, we can see the actual assets, the amounts, the ADA value, and I believe the dates on when they were actually traded. So again, similar platform to what we have with the TapTools platform, but I do believe that the more platforms that we get, the better, because again, it allows for these platforms within the same niche to continue iterating and to continue pushing the space forward. We've seen a very similar thing with DEXs on Cardano, with wallets on Cardano, with some of the early lending and borrowing protocols on Cardano. And I think we're also going to see the very same thing when it comes to analytics platforms building on the network. So that's going to do it there for that pretty brief update. Again, check them out on their official website, which is at cryptotrack.io. The next update I want to jump into is going to be a relatively short one, but it is one that I do need to mention nonetheless. And this is going to be surrounding the Eternl wallet. So the Eternl wallet has been on Cardano in the network for quite a bit of time. And what I want to mention here is that they've officially released version 1.11.0 on the mainnet. Now, this has been labeled as the Great Overhaul, which is a complete rewrite of their data processing to optimize speed sync, or sync speed, their memory, and their database size. Now, it states here at the very end, ever wanted to load a wallet with more than, I think that's 100,000 UTXOs? Well, now you can. Now, that's quite a bit of UTXOs. Hopefully your wallet doesn't have that many. If it does, you're probably better off creating a brand new wallet on its own. But if you do, then maybe look to leverage the actual Eternl wallet. Again, a relatively quick and brief update that I did want to touch on. And then the next thing and the last thing I want to jump into is going to be an update surrounding Revolut. Now, about 2 or so months ago, we had some rulings with the SEC against Binance and Coinbase, in which they stated that both of those platforms were selling unregistered securities, and they listed Cardano, Matic, Solana, and a few others as a part of that lawsuit. Well, right after that, we saw Revolut, which is a banking platform in the European region, state that they would be delisting those assets. And now they've taken it a step further, stating that they're now going to be closing down crypto asset trading on their platform for United States users. So it reads here, Revolut, a fintech company known for its crypto-friendly approach, has announced its decision to discontinue cryptocurrency services for users in the United States. Now, the firm cited the complex regulatory landscape in the country as the reason for this move. What's interesting to me here is that they're sticking to their guns regardless of the recent ruling with XRP. Now, I understand that, that's just one of many lawsuits going on right now on the network, but that was a very good one here, basically showing that, any marketplace selling assets here as secondary providers are not actually selling securities. Now, because they're going to be following through with this has a few implications. So in an email sent to its US customers, Revolut announced that starting on September 2nd of 2023, it will no longer accept buy orders for cryptocurrency. So if you're looking to make any last minute purchases, you have until September 2nd, or about a month from the day that I'm shooting this video, to make those purchases. Now it continues to read, however, users will have until October 2nd to place sell orders before the platform completely shuts down cryptocurrency activities. After October 2nd, users will no longer be able to buy, sell, or hold cryptocurrencies using Revolut. What I'm really wondering now, though, is if you don't move your assets, what happens to those? Do they get liquidated like we saw with the Robinhood? But that is going to be, I think, the last update here for today's video. Again, not necessarily positive news within the market, but it is almost expected at this point, given the fact that we do have a lot of issues going on in the US. Now, Revolut is not by themselves. Again, we have Robinhood and quite a few others within the United States that have decided to pull off from crypto trading and from supporting crypto assets in general. Hopefully we get more clarity in the US, and moving forward, at least within the next year, or hopefully within the next bull run, we can finally put all this regulatory uncertainty behind us and kind of let that go and move into the era of adopting and becoming a much more crypto-friendly country. That is going to do it here for today's Cardano Scoop, touching on the latest news and updates in Cardano, including the Cardano Summit, updates to the Indigo protocol, ADAMail, CryptoTrack, the Eternl wallet, and Revolut. As always, if you found this video to be helpful or if you learned anything along the way, I would appreciate you if you could tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by the channel and you want more content like this, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions for me surrounding any of the topics that we touched on as a part of today's video, then go ahead and leave a comment down below. That said, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.